Here's the Optoma HD20 for sale on eBay. Seller ID gbhatchery. gbhatchery. And this is in great working order. It's clean. Everything functions. The HDMI works. On some of these, the HDMI likes to go because people don't use a power strip, and then they have a lightning flash, or they yank on these. I'm not sure which, but people think it's one or the other. So, but this one has working HDMIs, and this is with the lights on, the daytime, on my wall. So this is about a 65-inch projection at 90 inches. So for your use, you would just use that same ratio. I guess that would be about 2 to 3. So, but we have another one. This is another one that I'm using, and that's at about 14 foot, and I get about 120-inch diagonal. So 90 inches, that's probably closer to 7.5 feet. So the ratio stays the same. This one has a zoom function on it right here, and you just kind of go like that, and it goes smaller, and you go like that and it goes bigger. But when you do that, it needs to be focused, and then that's this right here, and I can turn that until I get a focus out of it. Now the focus can be a little touchy. You get it on either side of it, and then you memorize that, and you get it spot on. So you can see if I can get these pixels to show up. There you can see the pixels. You know you have a Focusrite when the pixels show up. So this is with the lights on. So I'll just reach up here and turn the lights off. One more time. And then I could even cover up this door. Projectors are really made more for dark viewing, of course. But it's nice when you can do a little bit of daytime also. Now this camera is not going to do it a whole lot of justice. But you can see it works. There's no dead pixels. This is a video game called Horizon Zero Dawn, and the games are getting better to where they're this science fiction is better in the games now than in the movies. You can see everything's clear. Now someone's going to try to kill me. But I'm doing this with my hands. So there's the blue screen of PlayStation 4. And you can see there's no dead pixels. This has been recently cleaned. You can see here there's no dust. You can even look inside and see the fan running back there. And that's nice and clean. There's another fan, and that's clean. And the top's clean, and it works good. The only thing about these Optoma HD20s is they don't process sound. It's video only. So these days most projectors are digital sound anyway, so you're not really missing out on anything. But if you do want to put analog sound to like a stereo, like what I have here, a shelf system or something like that, there's an HDMI to audio converter that you can buy. Me, I've just been going off the controller. The controller has no audio out, and that's just been going to some shelf speakers behind me on the couch. It's kind of a, you know, so I don't know if you for a permanent installation I would do better, but this has been working for the last week and I'm not committed. So, and the bulb hours, let's see, we're so I have high altitude on. That makes the fans run a little higher and faster. I like to do that because I don't see any reason not to. It's really not that loud. It depends on the type of person and what you concentrate on. And if the fan noise makes you concentrate on that, you need to turn that off, then you can always turn it down. And you can probably hear it now. See, now it's quieter. Turn it back on. I like it because if you put your hand in front of this or block the heat at all, it can totally cause a problem. It'll turn off, but I mean, it's just, for me, it's my preference. So whatever yours is. And let's see here, system, we have lamp settings. So you can see here on the counter we're at 1233 lamp hours with a reminder on. You can see the picture. These by nature, the corners are maybe possibly just a little darker just because they're not the highest. You know, if you get a JVC projector, you can really be nitpicky about stuff, but when you get these mass-produced, really good bang for the buck projectors, it's really not a big deal. It's just like, hey, turn on my projector and I'm going to play video games at 120 inches in full HD, and that's awesome. And it's bright enough to do that. And when you turn the lights out, and it helps if you have a dark wall with some high gain properties. If you start moving it back, you can see it. It gets bigger. And it's still bright. So I have mine all the way into the window well, and that works good for me. So there's all kinds of settings on here. There's even a keystone. On the bottom it has these little pegs, and you can twist those in and out. There's 3 feet, and you can twist them, and I had to do that to get this to line up straight. There's also a keystone, but it's like a digital keystone. Where is it? Here you go. So when you do that, it kind of leans it back, and then if you have it up on the wall like this, it looks straight. And if you have it pointing down, you take the keystone and go the other way. But it's kind of like a digital thing, because if you look at the resolution, it doesn't go straight down with the keystone. It looks like it's been manipulated a little bit. So, but really, you tend to feel like you're looking at a TV with the grid pattern. But you have to be really close. This is really close, and that's at 65 inches. And yes, that's my finger. One of 300 million. So if you want it, buy it. I'll ship it to you. I do quite a bit, so I know how to ship. I have boxes and padding, and there's no remote. I can probably throw in the power cord for it. No HDMI, I'm sorry. But those all can be had for cheap on eBay, or you can buy from Best Buy and get expensive and get it today, and high quality and all of that, and warranty. There's good things about buying locally. So that's my, I guess you could almost call it a mini review, but this is the HD20 that you will get. This is the very one I will ship to you in this condition, working exactly like this. It has a few scratches on the top, But I've had a few of these lately, and they all seem to be like that. Mine's like that. People use them, they love them. And I actually have a 720p projector also. And for the price, honestly, for another 150, 200 bucks, I would get this if you have it in you. But a lot of people, they buy the other one first, the LEDs, because you know, if the bulb goes out on this or something, either have to have a bulb laying around at all times, and other things can go wrong with them. Sometimes the color wheel will stop working. Sometimes things happen. The bulb blows up, takes the color wheel out. The fans will stop working. There's all kinds of things. Maybe the motherboard would go out. So with the LEDs, it's kind of nice to have a backup. So if you don't have one, that's almost a good first step. But this is a great second step, or a first step for someone who knows what they want and has already seen what's out there. Thanks for looking.